everyone's doing well. Hey, let's go ahead and kick it off today with Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit Single Barrel. All right, so first and foremost, as they always say, you have to give credit where credit is due. My man Carino, someone who watches the channel, subscriber, Carino's been telling me for months, maybe the last year, Bourbon Judge, when are you going to get a Wild Turkey product on the channel? So Carino, this is for you, my man. You guys always know, honestly, I appreciate all the support. I do listen to everyone out there. People give me different suggestions and recommendations each and every week of bourbons to try, bourbon or rye as well, ones to put on the channel, comparisons, right? And I love that. So thank you for that. And I will say, I'm going to ask you to do me not one, not two, not three, well, three. Three favors. Sound like LeBron there for a second, I'm sorry. Three favors. Number one, hit the like button. Number two, drop me a comment. And last but not least, if you haven't done thus far, please make sure you subscribe. So when you think about, I'm making myself laugh, it's crazy. Well, LeBron, sorry. When you think about Wild Turkey, a couple of things comes to mind. First and foremost, obviously a Kentucky-based distillery, been around for a long, long time. But the main thing when you think of Wild Turkey, what really comes to mind, right here, Jimmy Russell and Eddie Russell. But let's stick with Jimmy for a second. So Jimmy has won tons of awards. I mean, he is an icon in the Kentucky or just in the bourbon industry as a whole. Like the Godfather, I think they call him the Buddha. He is the truly one of the godfathers of bourbon. Been around for longer than 60 years as a master distiller, and now his son Eddie Russell is also there as a master distiller as well. So producing great quality bourbon day in, day out, which is awesome. And the one thing that comes to mind when you think about just Wild Turkey as a whole, always producing top of the line quality bourbon. They're not cutting corners. They're not, I mean, there's nothing, right? They're producing great bourbon day in, day out, right? And you have to give credit to them. So that's a cool thing. All right. So when you think about this one here, Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. First and foremost, it's a single barrel. So every barrel is going to be a little bit different than others, right? But I will say, being a single barrel, this one, I should say, Kentucky Spirit, the whole brand was released in 1994. 1994. Said to be the second single barrel release after Blantons. So Blantons was like, obviously gets a lot of like the fame and the acclaim and so forth. They were known as the second single barrel product release on the market. So pretty cool by itself. Let's go through some of the basics though. I've already poured a little bit here. Price stand wise, I bought this for about $50. I've seen it, a couple dollars less, couple dollars more in various different places, but it's about $50. And again, from an from an availability standpoint, you might have to put in a little bit of work. I mean, just a little bit. You're not going to find it at every liquor store, but every 2 or 3, maybe 4. Again, it depends on where you live, right? And whether or not if they actually have a ton of Wild Turkey products, at least the Kentucky Spirit, in your area. And then last but not least, from an age standpoint, it's said to be anywhere from a 8 to 9 year, 8 or 9 year, right? They kind of go back and forth. Sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 9, but it's in that range from an age perspective. So let me go ahead and get to the nose real quick. So what I like about Wild Turkey, they're extremely upfront. The mash bill is 75% corn. Wow. 13% rye. Smell that rye in there. And 12% malted barley. So very upfront from the mash bill perspective. And when you think about just Wild Turkey in general, so a couple of things come to mind as well. Their base product, Wild Turkey 101. Everyone's had it. It's almost at every liquor store. If you haven't had it or tried it, then I don't know what you've been doing. But it's all over. It's a $20 bottle, and it's good quality actually for a $20 bottle, right? They also have Russell's Reserve. We don't talk about a damn good bourbon. This bad boy right here is really good. So Russell's Reserve, they have a couple different varieties of it. They have the bourbon, they have the rye, and different age statements as well. This one in particular is actually a store pick from one of my local stores, but that's Russell Reserve. They also make Long Branch. Gosh, they make Rare Breed, and then also, last but not least, and really not last, but also the big boy, Master's Keep, right? Everyone loves Master's Keep, top of the line for Wild Turkey. And again, a lot of the products are truly great products. So the question is, in this courtroom today, how good is Kentucky Spirit versus Rare Breed versus Russell's versus Master's Keep, and so forth. Well, we're going to dive into it. Let's rock and roll. All right, from a color standpoint, so this is a decent brown. It's I would say it's kind of like a middle of the road brown, almost like a kind of like a it's not like honey. It's almost like slightly darker than honey, almost like a golden brown, if you will, right? So it's not that very traditional deep dark brown bourbon, if you will, from a color perspective. More of like a darker golden brown, if you will. We just get into the nose here. All right, so I smell that rye just kind of pops out right at me. It's just grabbing my nose, just pulling it in there. So I get a couple of things with the nose here. I get a ton of, it's very light and crisp on the nose, I will say that. The pepper definitely stands out first and foremost. Tons of like very light, almost some apple, some honey, some light pear, some oak. Definitely on the lighter side. Again, this one here is coming in at 101, so 101 proof, right? So not in the 90 range where it's almost too light, and not barrel proof either, right? So this is a 101 proof bourbon. All right. Very nice and light and crisp. I get tons of apple, tons of honey, the spice, a smidge of caramel, but not too much. No brown sugar at all, so this is not a very brown sugar based bourbon. Very light, crisp, and almost like fruit forward from an apple pear perspective, and very a little bit sweet on the nose as well. Nose wise, not bad, but as we say, we don't come here to smell bourbon, we come here to sip bourbon. Hey, cheers, peace, salute. I appreciate everyone out there. Thank you guys and gals for watching the channel each and every day. You guys are awesome people. I love the commentary. Let's keep that going. And again, don't forget the drive to 5. Bourbon Judge is trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of May. I appreciate your help in advance. Salute. All right. I poured a lot. Goodness gracious. Let me get a little bit more though, before I truly give you guys my verdict. Let me get a smidge more. All right. Whew. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. So what's unique about this one, and I do like it, is that everything from the nose transfers to the palate. The finish is very long and mild at the same time. It's a longer finish. You definitely feel it going down, but then it kind of just goes away slowly. The only slight difference in this one, and I mean a smidge, right, is that in the finish, you get a ton more of like honey than you do in the fruit. So in the nose, I had the honey, I had the apple, the pear, the pepper. But in the finish, a ton of honey in this one, right? A ton of honey, very nice long, but then kind of just slowly goes away. It's a very well-balanced bourbon, which is cool. At 50 bucks, the question is, Bourbon Judge, am I buying it? Am I leaving it on the shelf? Am I gonna grab a different Wild Turkey product, such as 101, Rare Breed, hell, even the Russells? Am I grabbing something else that's maybe even better? Folks, as I always say, judgment is in. This is a no buy. I'm sorry, it's a no buy. And let me just explain, right? Because I always try to be very honest and upfront and explain the reason why. So again, this is a single barrel bottle, 101 proof, coming in at $50. I haven't reviewed it on the channel before, but if you've ever seen the Rare Breed, it's a $40 bottle and it's barrel proof, and it packs a hell of a punch. If you've ever had, I've never had a bad bottle of any of the Russells. The Russells products also range anywhere from $40 to $50. Even this one here is 110 proof. They too pack more of a punch, more robust, more just well-rounded from the palate, from the nose to the palate to the finish, all the way through. Rare Breed, or Russell's all day long are, in my opinion, better than the Kentucky Spirit. And really, honestly, a couple of dollars less. You know, this one here I think I bought for, I think it was like $45, so $5 less, and I love it a lot more. This is actually my third bottle of this one. Shh, don't tell the missus. And the Rare Breed I've had numerous times as well, and that is only like a $40 bottle. So my point is, honestly, and I love Wild Turkey, why spend $50 when I can buy the Rare Breed for $40, or this one over here for $45? It is what it is. Folks, hey, each and every day, I appreciate you guys. Peace, cheers, salute.